Welcome to the Foxxhole. This is Purple Pat, and we have a live crew with me here tonight. Right below me, I have Uncle Mike. How you doing, Uncle Mike?
Can't complain, man. As usual, life is good.
Life is good. Next to him, we have my buddy Kyle. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Not bad, buddy. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing fine tonight. And next to me, as always, except for last week, because he decided he didn't want to be on the show, and he kind of figured it out this week that he wanted to come back, and I let him back on. My co-host Sly Fox.
That's so cute of you. Everybody knows I was dying.
So tonight we are talking about the greatest inventions of all time, and we will have a secondary topic we'll present to you later. First, I would just like to go over the last 100 years. What do you think the greatest invention is? What had the most, I would say, the most positive effect on society? Because I would think if you're talking about a great anything, it wouldn't be something that murdered millions of people, But let's start over here with Sly Fox. Let's see what he's got to say about this.
I don't know. I think the greatest invention in the last 100 years has got to be the greatest and the worst is fiber optics. I mean, with everything that we can do with it, we've got the internet to telecommunications down to the modern drone combat we see in Ukraine. But fiber optics, I think, is the greatest invention of the 21st century.
Anybody respond? Uncle Mike?
I would agree with that.
Fiber optics. Okay.
Well, I mean, as far as like tech is concerned,
I would say lasers.
Lasers. So like IR usage and things like that.
Well, I mean, they're able to power things from space to the ground with lasers.
Mm-hmm.
They can shoot those fiber optic drones out of the sky with lasers. Just what we're able to. I mean, we use them in the colliders, man. Like we create new elements with them.
Yeah, I mean, with all the heat and different properties of lasers that you can use.
They've got cold lasers.
Well, have you seen those? Speaking of lasers, have you seen that new double slit DMT experiment thing?
Yeah, with the laser level on the wall. Yeah.
What is that about? Like, obviously,
part of me thinks it's a guided trip thing. Part of me thinks that's like, once you know about that, you're going to do it, and then you're more than likely through power of suggestion going to be able to see it. So like a lot of that shit those people talk about, like I believe in it. I've done like the whole like CE5 shit. I've done the whole astral projection type deal. Like I'm aware of it. I am a practicer. But a lot of it's bullshit. So you got to be careful with a lot of things you see these days.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I guess. Oh, go ahead.
Real
Mike.
quick, like coming from somebody who is a psychonaut, absolutely love my psychedelics, and the only one that I haven't done is peyote or mescaline, for that matter. I've not done that experiment myself, but I'm very well versed in what that psychotropic psychosphere is like. So, if you were to take a laser and throw it on the wall, just like what Sly was saying, and you prep somebody for what you're about to see, they're going to fucking see it because they're going to want to see it. Their interest is piqued, right? So psychedelics pretty much guide themselves based off of kind of what you want to fucking experience. Now, it does get to a point where the floodgates of your brain just get released. So it could go one way or the other. You're either going to have the time of your life, or you're going to be fitting like 5 years of therapy into 5 hours. So with DMT specifically, that's a different fucking animal altogether.
I've not been there on that trip yet.
Yeah. So I mean, like you have all cognition while your eyes are open, but if you do so much of it that you can't help but to close your eyes and disconnect. Yeah. And when I see people in these videos taking DMT and keeping their eyes open and being totally focused on this laser, nah, I've done DMT. You don't keep your fucking eyes open. You want to close them. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's more of like an LSD type thing. And when you're on LSD, you're susceptible to suggestion. So
yeah,
hence
there's
MK
that.
Ultra.
I mean, I feel like all kind of psychedelics generally come with like a preconceived notion of what the trip's supposed to be like.
Well, I mean, if you have a guided trip, sure, yeah.
I remember back in our early 2000s, like Looney Tunes acid was a thing, and Jerry Garcia acid was a thing, and certain types of shrooms did this, and you know, so there's always sort of different trips.
But haven't you ever noticed that the cultivated mushrooms hit differently than the natural grown sinensis?
No, I'm allergic.
All right.
Oh, that sucks. Moving
I hate
forward,
to bring it back to inventions, but
no, we need.
I mean, penicillin is an invention.
Yep.
There you go.
In a way,
penicillin's great. I was going to go more modern, honestly. The creation of YouTube, honestly, because before there's never been a place where you can find videos where you can just find things to do.
Because the internet didn't exist.
Right, I know, but YouTube in itself, the platform, I think, is good because I can go find a video on how to fix my transmission. I can find a video on how to make knives. I can find a video on how to clean certain
it's the greatest knowledge base
from
knowledge base mankind.
You can gain from YouTube in such a quick amount of time. I think if everybody actually wanted to learn how to do stuff, we'd have a lot more done in this society because all of it's right here.
I mean, you can say the same thing about people with shitty opinions. You can say the same thing about that. We have Google, but people still argue about the most mundane shit, even though you can just Google and prove yourself wrong or right. I understand
that, but I'm just thinking this is the place that I can think of that has the most, I guess the way I use YouTube could be different than the way other people use YouTube, but I watch a lot of creationist stuff, how to do things, how to fix things like that, because it's important to me. It's, things like that.
That's at least half my YouTube.
Yeah, so I guess it's an invention that I would say is really important, but like you said, Sly, it takes the populace to use it correctly in order for it to have that value.
Well, I'm gonna negate myself a little bit. I think I'm gonna agree because most of these podcasts people watch are on YouTube, and I think one of the greatest ways you can divulge information is the long form podcast. Why am I going to read, what people say about something or people say about a research or a book when I can listen to the actual person talk about their field for 3 hours, in like a miniature seminar type setting almost,
Yeah, or have a TED talk or.
Yeah.
And not to mention these podcasts and debate forums, it's teaching people how to communicate without getting mad at each other and yelling and screaming. It's teaching people how to hold opinions, how to wait for somebody to finish talking. So I think it even has a greater use in kind of like calming down people a bit. I mean, you're not going to stop the people that are already ghetto and things like that. But
so what's really scary about it is it's creating a hive mind.
This already existed though.
Connected. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's getting to the point now where they're putting in Neuralink chips in people's brains, and they're able to,
if you mean
that's not gonna get that far. I mean, the people that have Neuralink is what, 2 people, and one of them is like quadriplegic.
Yeah, it's like when Google Glass came out.
But it's getting to the point.
A society where they put it in you, and
metaverse. We're all supposed to be in the metaverse right now.
I am in the metaverse, bro.
I mean, we all are if you have Facebook.
We are, but we're not though. Like we're not in that 3D like that Ready Player One type shit. Like we're not there yet. we haven't fucked society up yet that hard.
They have the Oculus. They have the hepatic vest.
But you still have to leave your house. You still have to go to work. You can't make money and eat and get all your shit done in Oculus or in Metaverse. You actually have to be in the real world still, is my point.
I mean,
it's not integrated
in Ready Player One, they still have to be in the real world.
But it was also integrated.
There's a movie that bridges that gap that you're talking about, and it's called
Tron.
No, Surrogate.
Surrogate's a good one.
Surrogate, yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Things are going to get so dangerous that we send our robots out instead of us.
Yeah, I mean, we're already working on the lifelike skin feel thanks to the, pervert industry.
Well, the porn industry is going to revolutionize. Like that's what people fail to realize. When it comes to technical shit, the porn industry is what does it first, and then it trickles down into mass media and trickles down into actual practical use.
I heard it one time
military industrial complex.
I heard it one time as said the porn industry decides what format going forward. So like if If the
So
porn
fucking
industry
weird.
chose Blu-ray and not HD DVD, that's the one that they're going to go with. and
Pretty
things
much,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, let me know when they get back to Laserdisc.
I don't have any more of those. My buddy had those in his house. We used to watch those fucking vinyl record looking motherfuckers. I was gonna say that was gonna be my greatest
we have
invention
like
was like
20
recording.
movies on Laserdisc here. It's
Yeah.
it's because my dad has a knack for collecting physical media.
I used to. I still have all my Nintendo and Sega and Super Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, it's the same.
Probably got some
mentality,
games that are worth
dude.
a fortune by now.
I need to check, but it doesn't look like that.
Do you still have the golden Zelda?
Hell no, that got stolen. I had to rebuild my NES collection because I was stupid and I let this dude at work borrow my Nintendo with like 20 of my best games. I was trying to be nice, like he's never played it. Go home and play it. Well, he didn't show up for work the next day or the next day or the next day, and I never got that shit back.
That's how it happens.
Yeah,
you guys.
I don't leave my fucking tools out, man.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
I always had a rule in the shop: if you use my tool, bring it back, put it back where it was. If you come back to me and you need to use that tool again, you need to go buy that bitch.
If you can use it here, you use it here. If it needs to go there, I go with it.
Yeah, I don't even do that. I said if you need to use it again, you need to buy that tool. Because you're making money off what I spent money on.
You want to watch me get real weird? Watch somebody ask me to borrow my chainsaw.
What
people don't know how to treat
I get
chainsaws.
real fucking twisted about that shit.
You'll end up with mud in the fucking chains.
No, I let my brother do it maybe about 12 years ago. And he's like, I know how to run one. I know how to run one. And he dug ditches cutting up a fucking log that was maybe about 10 inches in diameter. And I was like, no, you're fucking done. Give me that back. Bro. Go inside. I'm tired of looking at you.
Next
you
time
owe me a bar and a chain.
No, I could fix a bar and a chain. Like you have no idea.
What do you think is the greatest invention then this century, Uncle Mike?
The tape measure.
Tape measure.
Yeah, because of consistency.
Yeah. Oh well, no, it's not consistent. I can get this tape measure right here and measure out 2 and whatever fucking inches. And I can go over there and get a Craftsman.
Right.
And I can go get a separate one and they'll be off by
just
fraction.
a hair.
Yeah.
But my point was consistency.
That's why, like, if you have multiple people on a building project, you use this. You all use the same fucking tape measure.
Yeah.
But the tape measure has been used. And oh shit! I'm stepping on a spray paint can. It's been used. It's been used and tested and changed so much that not only do you have one side, but you can flip it over and measure upside down. And instead of hitting this little button right there to stop it, right, you have a button on the bottom that you can walk it down.
I have used a tape measure before.
Yeah, well, for those who aren't in the construction field or do anything.
I mean, this is a very good point because there's.
But it goes back to the whole like.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You're trying to learn how to do something. You're going to need a system of measurement. So what you would pair well with is a micrometer, right? You need to measure shit. So, and this is physical. Like the sun can burp something so god awful in our direction that it wipes this capability out. But you know what? I still have is my ability to measure and cut shit with hand tools.
So that's what I meant by consistency. I'm not talking about the difference between a couple things, but now everyone has a standard that they can build to. And when you go to somebody else's project, you can use that same standard.
Well,
it makes things go much faster and right.
I would say with that, each great era of human civilization has had a different form of, precise measurements.
Yeah.
I mean, the first written part of that is in the Sumerian tablets.
Yeah, that's when they used the royal cubit.
Yep.
And the Egyptians.
Yeah, and that comes back to that first language.
Doesn't the royal cubit break down to like something like 1/16,000th the circumference of the earth or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, like it was totally given to us. Like no fucking way. There, I mean, there's no other way.
I think the math to solve that was given to us, but I don't think that somebody came down here and was like, "Well, here's everything you need to figure everything out," without giving
we were pre-programmed
base knowledge and letting us figuring it out for ourselves. because that's how you raise a child, right?
That's
Yeah,
what
but
we
if
were
you set them up
pre-programmed.
and leave,
Yep. You set them up
Fuck
and you
it.
can leave, and then you come back and see how they're fucking doing.
yeah, you come back
Probably
2,000
wasn't
years
up
later,
until
and now we're
we started setting off nuclear fucking weapons. They're like, whoa, hey, no, you can't be doing that. And then another species was like, yeah, do that some more.
we'll even help you do it harder.
Yeah. We're gonna help you turn war and killing into an art form.
The only thing you got to do for us is allow us to have access to your people so we can research on them,
A done
Rape.
deal. Like
Rape.
I'm a made man. There you
which
go.
is where the National Park Service comes into play.
It's rape.
I want to
Speaking
hear
of-
what I want. No. Where does the National Park Service come into play with that?
Oh,
Well, who do you think?
tell 'em,
Who do you
tell 'em.
think? All right. Well, who do you think facilitates this whole deal? I mean,
They
you got
feed
these
on
people
us
that
in the
go
parks.
missing from national parks at the most accelerated rate ever, and who goes to these national parks but peak human specimens, outdoorsy people, people that eat pretty good. You know what I mean? Like hunters and shit like
People-
that, or most proficiently the people that go missing. And these aren't
So-
like
Like go
cases where they go
hiking.
missing and then they find them. These are cases where they've gone through, they've searched for them. There's no evidence, trace of anything, foul play, animal predation, nothing. And there's several hundreds of these cases throughout the national parks.
Yep,
Dozens
there
a year.
is.
Uh,
Have you ever talked to somebody who works for
damn it.
like?
It's
Sorry,
a good bit of logic. No, you're good. I was trying to
no,
combat
it really is, man. But like, I mean, I talk to these people on a regular basis, and they're just as stupid as cops.
Yeah, they're just as stupid as cops. We're not talking about the average Jim Johnny, nose picker running through the woods. The people at the top, obviously the director of national parks, he's got to have some kind of knowledge. These things can't just happen and then they don't fucking know.
Do you know
These
how big
national
these
parks are,
though?
yeah, and that's my point. These are the perfect places to have these aliens come and pick up deer, pick up,
Oh, it's
whatever the case is that they're
also
getting.
Perfect place to die in a hole somewhere and never get found. I mean,
But when they find your gun here and they find your hat there 2 miles away, and then they find they've
sounds like
ran
someone's
through all
shedding
of
weight.
this. If you really want to get into it, the Missing 411 is a series that's on Tubi. The guy that is a detective, John Pallades, he comes at these cases from a detective standpoint and rules out all the animal predation and all the other things. So he's got 3 documentaries: Missing 411, The Hunted, which is the best one in my opinion, and then the last one, Missing 411, the alien connection or whatever. Great series. I would thoroughly
And
suggest watching
is that
all
on
3 of
Prime?
them. They're on Tubi, free.
Yeah, it's free.
Okay, Tubi.
Just Google it.
I just got Tubi the other day, actually. So
Yeah, Missing 411, great documentary. The Hunted, again, great documentary, and then the third one as well. I highly recommend, and he asks all the right questions, and if all the evidence points to these people being taken by something, then I mean, who are we to say that they weren't?
I will grant you that argument. They're being taken by something, but I wouldn't go further than that.
all right, I got something that's kind of on topic here. Since we're doing greatest inventions, let's talk a little bit about the greatest inventors.
No. Yeah, Nikola Tesla, obviously.
Yeah,
Tesla. Yeah,
his
he's the
age
most
is
impressed. I
different.
mean, there's some things coming out about he set up this thing in this building very small. It was just a thing that was on tempo, kind of struck the floor every certain amount of second. And they said the vibrations that he caused with this certain tempo at this certain rate almost brought the fucking building down. So
yeah, he tapped
Yeah,
into his
because
resonance frequency.
Yeah, if you're hitting resonance, you can do
Yeah.
that with anything.
And you could do
But
the
I mean,
same
this
thing and
was
start
back
that's
before
levitating
anybody
shit.
even knew about resonance.
Yeah, that's how they built the Coral Castle down there in Florida, is with that resonance.
Expand on
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of funny when people talk about the Coral Castle to me, and they're like, "Oh, this just proves that it was just ancient people that built these things." Well, I mean, yes and no. He did it at night with a black box that he never showed anybody what was inside the box. So I mean,
It was just
what
a
the fuck did he
frequency
have in there?
generator.
And so, yeah, and obviously that's what we, the people who know or into this sort of thing, understand what that's what it was. But
how do you think they moved 100 million pound obelisks hundreds of miles when they built the pyramids of Egypt, like, without destroying them? Because no way they built a freaking reed raft and floated that damn thing down the fucking Nile
I mean, I'll raise you. Where do you think they got the fucking capstone at Baalbek? That's like 3.8 billion fucking tons. They leveled off the mountain and took that thing up it. Are you serious?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. With
yeah, no,
pulleys and
absolutely fucking not.
logs and water.
Well,
and
it's called a master frequency.
Yeah.
Like,
But then again, you also have, when you get down to like Cusco and you get to some of those ancient lores in Peru, they talk about that the Pachacute or whatever the fuck his name was. He had basically like a remote that he would point at the shit and then just send it to wherever he wanted it to go.
I mean,
but we don't have any archaeological evidence. All we have is just hearsay with stuff like that.
I feel like
the only physical evidence that we have of something like this is throwing up. Is throwing a ping pong ball over a bass speaker. Now, that's like some caveman discovering fire type shit. But this is where they've refined the didgeridoo into a brass instrument that is tuned, and you can tighten your lips and loosen them to create different frequencies. And when everything's harmonic, that's when shit starts to behave really fucking weird. So I don't think that they did any of this shit. Now, this is just my train of thought. I don't think they did any of this stuff with shit that has wires or emits a frequency. I think they did it with wind instruments. Just a bunch of people just blowing into something.
I mean, they've used instruments to blow down the walls of Jericho.
Right. There you go, Pat. This goes right back into
sorry, I'm checking the chat right now. We got lots of comments.
Nice.
Oh, sweet deal.
Yeah, let's see. Let's do some comments, man. What do we got?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I've got to go back for real quick. DMT.
Oh wow, yeah, those are good.
None of these comments are on topic.
Who cares? This is shit, man. What's that one say that just popped up? I can't read it.
Oh, that's Big D.
Oh shit.
Side posting boo 100%. Yes, on the stream, man.
Yes, sir.
So we were on, the usage of resonance frequencies, and you guys seen the Salt experiment where they put the flat, they put basically a sound driver, just a driver.
And the most powerful the signal is ohm.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one where they put the salt on the flat piece and they play different frequencies, different.
Yes,
hertz.
and it changes, and the most powerful one was ohm.
Yeah.
Ohm.
Yeah. It creates the pattern that's the flower of life.
Yes, but what is ohm? What's the frequency for
ohm? Is that's ohm, the sound you just fucking made. You know how like the old timey shows they would make fun of Indians. They're like ohm, and they're fucking clapping finger symbols and shit. That's what it's making fun of.
Right.
I would think they would have probably used
low
if they're using wind, you would use like a reed bass instrument.
Yes. Yep.
Like a clarinet or like a saxophone or something like that,
Well, this goes back to that removal of church bells.
Or maybe they were playing a harp.
What was that dude's name who always showed up on stage sweaty as fuck, looking like Shawn Michaels with like a tenor sax?
Now you lost me.
Damn it! No, it doesn't fucking matter. But no, I just imagine one of these dudes from the '80s looking all sexy, like, like you got like a beer bottle, just like
building the fucking pyramids around him.
Have you guys ever heard of Nigel Stanford?
I believe so. Go ahead and elaborate.
He actually has a video on this, Pat. You might be able to pull it up, and put it on screen. It's called Semantics. So it's sound frequency modulation. Basically, you can turn a speaker flat and pour some sand on it, and every frequency changes the shape of the sand on the speaker.
Yeah,
that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's what he was just talking about. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But I will play the video if it shows it.
Yeah, it definitely shows. It's actually a decent song too. So, but it bends water. It does a lot of crazy shit.
The thing with bending water is you can actually watch that with a regular camera with guitar strings.
Yeah, if you pop a sound bubble in water, it creates a light.
Yeah,
the frame.
That's one thing
watch a gar. Yeah.
one thing I can say, Mr. Pat there helped teach me was how to tune a guitar. I can't play a guitar myself, but I can actually, I can hear the harmonics very well.
Yeah, if you
There we
play a
go.
guitar open stringed, if you've played enough and you know what you're doing, you can feel the harmonics. You can tell it's out of tune just a tad just by listening to it. And you can figure out just going like you can feel that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it drove me
I'll play
nuts.
this
It
video.
drives me nuts.
It is a film to describe to you the effect of
Yeah, there it is.
frequencies on matter.
Yeah, this is a trippy song.
I haven't seen this video, but
It's a great video. He's a looper. But he modulates sand in this video, water, fire, like all of it, dude. It's a great.
And every time he goes up in
representation.
frequency, the pattern of that shit changes.
Yeah, it gets
Exactly.
more.
It's
It gets
like
it's
way
more
complex.
intricate.
Yeah.
And that can this is how we're going to create weightless vehicles.
Well, it's coincidentally that's leading me into the next subject here. So in 1954, we had already cracked anti-gravity, which is why by 1958 you don't see them talk about it anymore. There's plenty of journals and scientific things that label and go into detail about the various research labs, companies that were awarded the contracts, and then colleges that were working in it as well. And a lot of the crafts that you see in the 50s and 60s that have these antennas and shit and balls of light on them are craft that we had already worked on through Lockheed Skunk Works, leading into like the Tic Tac and shit like that. Like those are all
TR3B.
Yeah, those are all our shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see exactly how that works. Yeah, that's a good point because I always thought it would be magnetic levitation, tapping into like the Earth's poles and things like that.
Well, I know, and I'm not saying these are ran by sound waves. These are anti-gravitic, so there's enough power in these where they're using negative mass and warp bubble tech.
Do you guys remember the original video of the sighting of the TR3B when we first went into Afghanistan and what it did to the mountainside? To where
I do not.
So, if the video that I remember is right, they're kind of off at a distance, and you can hear the officer of the convoy say, "Hey guys, check this shit out," and they got the camera panned over at the mountainside, and you can see him like in the sky. It's kind of distorted, so it's cloaked, and all of a sudden you just see a pulse come down from the sky, and the whole side of the mountain's just completely leveled.
It sounds like some Iron Man type shit.
Yeah,
the beginning of Iron Man.
Where was this at?
It's supposedly in Afghanistan.
So wait,
these
are two things at once, though.
Years.
Two things at once. There's cloaking and there's some pulse weapon that. Because you hit me with the cloaking. Like the whole side of the mountain was cloaked.
No, not the mountain. The craft in the sky.
Oh, okay, I got you. I missed that part. So we have a cloaked craft and a pulse weapon.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's supposedly the TR3B. You know, we paid for three vehicles of the TR series, the A, B, and the C.
What year did this happen?
God, it had to be
okay,
pretty close to the beginning of YouTube.
Okay, so what engagement in Afghanistan were we in when this took place?
Oh, it was right after 9/11.
Okay. All right.
If it was right after 9/11,
we were there for 17 years.
Oh, you said
say it was
right?
An unnecessary amount of time.
Okay. Yeah, I see like models for it on Google Images, kind of like what it's supposed to look like. I've seen this model before. Let me post it up real quick so you guys can see it. 1 second.
This is an aircraft. Well, I can't call it aircraft. It's supposedly a spacecraft.
Oh, this is no. Give me the damn. This is just an alien video.
Not necessarily. That looks like the TR3B. So essentially,
Okay,
those
this looks better.
serve as a form of
So
optical
it is
those
some kind of
yeah
like
camouflage,
triangular
making the aircraft
anti-gravity
difficult to
craft.
detect or
yeah.
track on
So
radar.
essentially, those engines negate 90% of gravity.
I feel I've seen this kind of thing before.
Yeah, they're
I
all over
mean,
the fucking place.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen this.
First
well,
time
yeah,
that I saw that was
they
when
tend to
I
pop up
was.
in areas of conflict.
Mm,
Okay. Well, that would be our. It's
the first
probably
time I
ours.
saw something like that, I was in 6th grade, and I was getting a
Mm.
ride back home from my dad's house, and I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, right? And Fort
Yeah.
Jackson's in Columbia, but
So you weren't
there,
too far from Charleston.
oh, well, that's where I spent the beginning of my childhood, was in Charleston, and I constantly went back growing up. But
My
anyway,
Uncle
I
Tony
remember
guarded
coming
nukes there.
home back from my dad's house, and we were on 26. We just got off in a town called Irmo, and I'm looking up, just checking out the night sky, and I see this triangular fucking light formation just hanging out. It's not going nowhere. It's not moving. We're moving away from it, and that was it. There was nothing else weird about it. It was just like, well, that's something you don't see every day. I've seen that twice since then, and the only time that I've seen that is in South Carolina and in West Virginia. I saw it in West Virginia one time, and it was going back to visit my parents in South Carolina on 77 South.
I got a question for Kyle real quick because he might know and I don't. Is the airbase up in Kokomo, is that still active, Grissom?
So it is technically retired. However, still quite a lot of flights that tend to go in and out of there.
Because it still says reserve on the sign.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely more than likely got some underground workings.
Yeah.
Well, just because it says it's inactive doesn't mean it is.
For context, about 30, 40 minutes north of my location is Grissom Air Force Base for Indiana.
I used to go up there with my dad a lot.
Yeah. It's a cool place. They got a bunch of old planes you can look at too.
Yeah, but I would assume like it's got a lot of underground workings that are going on that we don't know about because it's still pretty active for.
Well, it's the perfect place to hide, the middle of fucking Indiana.
Yeah. So here we are 100 years later. We know Nikola Tesla mastered wireless free energy. We know that his people that were backing him, there's no monitoring it. So they were like, no, pull the plug. We get through to the 50s. We know anti-gravity works. We know how the warp bubble technology works. Now, here we are 100 fucking years later, and we're still burning gasoline and oil.
It's money. That's all it is.
It's all money. Yeah, I know that. I get. Everybody knows that it's all the money, and that's why the big money and big oil and timber and shit like that.
Well, and then you wonder why these inventors get killed. I mean, it's big oil.
Yeah, this is why Tesla's dead. This is why Tesla had free energy figured out for everybody. To where
Edison stabbed him in the back. That's why he's dead.
I wouldn't say it was just Edison. I mean, it was the powers that be. Period. Yeah. Edison. Many of the other competitors. Bell.
I was going to say, if you talk about Tesla, you got to talk about Edison because that was the backing they wanted. They wanted
Edison was a fucking hack. Edison was a hack.
Nikola Tesla's technology.
Yeah. Edison figured out DC. Edison figured out DC.
Yeah, AC was. I'm sorry.
He tried saying that DC was safer than AC, which.
Yeah, and then he shoved a pole up. He shoved a pole up at an elephant's ass, and that was that. Like, yeah, obviously, if you shove an electric pole up somebody's ass, it's gonna die. Like,
yeah, and it wasn't that many years until they actually switched to alternating current either. So it was.
Yeah, but the people that benefited the most from the alternating current being what we ended up using was the lumber people, because you needed the rubber from the Amazon to coat the wires. You needed the lumber to make the telephone poles to use the wires. It was $1 trillion fucking empire.
Well, not to mention, Edison really didn't invent anything because
he's like BASF.
The Baghdad battery was already invented. That was a DC invention.
Yep. No, Edison
that's been around for thousands of years.
Well, he did create the light bulb, though, right? Or no, he created the modern filament for the light bulb, not the actual light bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because when they originally made them, they lasted for fucking ever, and then they're like, yeah, no, well, people need to buy more, so they convolutedly did that whole planned obsolescence thing.
I wonder if that one light bulb's still going. It was like 100
It's still going.
years old.
It's still going.
It's still going. No, I was actually about to say something about the Edison bulbs. You can go to any hardware store, big box hardware store, and go to their lighting
not the
section.
same.
And yeah, you can buy these Edison bulbs. All it is just a cheaper filament and a lighter vacuum with less dense glass. That's all that is. They're
and less gas.
And less. Well, I mean, they're made in a vacuum. That's the only reason why that filament burns. As soon as it touches fucking air, like it's done. So, but yeah, it's planned obsolescence. That's what everything's based off of nowadays. It's the reason why you can go to the flea market and buy a goddamn circular saw for $15 that weighs 20 pounds, and it'll still run better than any brand new DeWalt.
What's that comment say?
Yeah, I was getting ready to cover that. ABDC area Soup Chef said he created the modern butt plug, rebranded as a light bulb.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, I butchered your name there for a minute. ABC. This is hard to say.
AB Desieri Soup Chef.
Thank you. That just looks so fucking foreign.
Speak English.
Soup Chef.
This is America.
Fuck you, damn Mexicans. All right.
Yeah. How about them Venezuelans?
Venezuelans. I mean, we can go on a tangent real quick.
Oh shit. I mean, since it's the Gulf of America now, why don't we just take over the rest of the Panama Canal? We take that back while we're at it. We take out Mexico and the Yucatan, Colombia.
I think my biggest issue with this, and I talked to Sly earlier about this, is and I know it's the Democrats kill me with this shit, honestly, because they don't know what they're.
Yeah, he lost his mic. Everybody drink. Pat's mic got fucked up.
He got zapped.
He didn't even say anything about the Jews, and he got zapped.
You guys,
well, let me finish his thought. He was gonna say it's all the Jews' fault.
Do you guys hear me at all?
Yeah, it's all messy though.
Yeah, I hear you now.
1 second. Okay, it should be good to go now.
No shit. Yeah, you're loud as fuck though.
Okay, let me turn down.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Now I got to finish my thought, which was somebody help me here
about the Democrats and what they don't understand about Venezuelans.
Yes, so they want to protest no kings here in America because Donald Trump is obviously a king for some reason. But then they get mad that we take out a dictator with no violence in Venezuela, and at the same time, when Biden was in office,
I mean that's not true.
I wouldn't say no violence. We killed like 60 fucking guards, man.
Yeah, I know that part, but I'm talking about they don't count.
Not to mention the bombings that we dropped on their missile sites.
Yeah. I'm talking about no civilian deaths. We weren't going to war with them. But that's beside the point. Biden
it was a
$25 million bounty on this guy during his term. So you got these people that were okay with the bounty when Biden did it, but then they're not okay with Trump following through on the actual.
Okay, but you're also trying to hold people that have the dichotomy of left and right to have any logic whatsoever. These people have no logic, whether they're on the right-wing Republican side or left-wing Democrat side. They are too fucking blinded by their own shit to have any common sense whatsoever.
So do we not claim ourselves as a right-wing extremist anymore?
That's just the title that was given to me by the Biden administration.
Oh, so you don't think that's? Oh, see, I always thought you titled yourself that. You never really discussed that.
No, that was given to us. The Boogaloo movement in itself, we were labeled the most. We were labeled the most. The most what did they say? Direct threat to democracy or something like that.
Yeah.
The greatest threat. We were the greatest threat to democracy was right-wing nationalism.
Okay.
And that ought to let you know that we're doing it right.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Did you see Iran recently?
Well, I mean, who do you think fucking
torched, bro?
Who do you think paid for that, dude? CIA is in full fucking swing. Since we defunded USAID, is why you don't see riots here in Minnesota, which is why you see riots in Iran because the CIA is still directly funded.
So do you think those civilians in Iran, all the civilian riots and basically taking over Tehran,
Yes, I think they were promised things, and I think that there's ulterior motives. I don't think that's organic because it doesn't just happen
so it's
that
all
way.
false, bro. It's not. You see all the people in the streets cheering and posting flags. You think that's all just part of the?
Where did the flags come from?
The flag store.
Who ordered
China.
them?
Amazon.
That's my point. When you see these things, who ordered this shit? Because in order to, when we saw those protests like a year or two ago at the college campuses, we yes, George Soros. Thank you. I was getting to that.
More than him though.
But it is more than him. But you can see the pipeline of these things for 6 months down the line. These things are all planned because you can't just have an overnight thing and now I need 200,000 Iranian flags overnighted to, you know what I mean? Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
They pick the shows to give you the clues, literally, like The Simpsons.
Or yeah, I used to that's something that occurred to me years ago. Like they use movies and TV to show you what's going to happen in a science-y fiction or a fiction-y way, so you think it never could happen.
Well, how many of these special ops guys or Delta Force guys played Call of Duty when we were kids, and then now they just lived it out? They just went to a third world country and kidnapped a dictator. You know what I mean? They literally just lived out their Call of Duty fucking teenager dreams.
I mean, that's why I play paintball and airsoft.
But no, I don't think
Ryan Dunn.
I don't think that any of this is good. I think that now we are saying it out in the open that we are an empire. What we see will benefit us is ours, regardless of what the fuck anybody says. I mean, look at Greenland. Now they're sitting out there just an hour ago. They were saying whatever, regardless of whatever they want, we're taking it. You know what I mean?
So let's put it this way, though. If you look at it from the U.S. viewpoint, all right, we have invested billions into their oil infrastructure. They wouldn't have the oil infrastructure that they have if it was not for our investments to begin with.
Same in Venezuela.
The Banana Republic would like a word.
I'm just saying, like, we've spent billions of dollars. Now all of a sudden, you just want to say, fuck you. You're not getting back. You're not benefiting from the hundreds of billions of dollars you put into our country to benefit yourself, but our country as well.
It's their country, though. It's their resource. We may be giving them the tools to mine.
Okay, but they still owe us that money.
They still owe us that money, sure. But who says we weren't getting paid that money? Pretty sure the oil guys are still getting fucking paid. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Why else did the oil companies the day we took Maduro, the day we took him, why did Chevron skyrocket in their stock prices? Like, come the fuck on, guys.
Because they're supposed to get their investments back. That's why.
Yeah. Greenland is not about oil. If you flatten the map and look at
Greenland's about rare earth minerals and getting China off of...
No, it's not. Greenland is about finding a place that is right above Russia in between that ocean. We have no bases. We have no people there. If you flatten the map...
We do have a base in Greenland.
No, but we don't have a... That's one little base. When you're talking about where Russia is and how Greenland fits into
but you're still operating under the pretense that Russia's a threat. Russia is no fucking threat.
No, but they act like it is. It's always been our boogeyman. So
yeah, that's the point. We're not falling for the boogeyman, bro. Like, the Russia isn't a threat at all. I'm more concerned about China than I would be Russia. Fuck.
Well, and remember too, when the talking points lately from the Republican side is the right, or is it the left? The Western Hemisphere.
Let's be realistic, guys. So this is the drive to the one world civilization. This isn't about countries anymore.
Yes.
Yep.
That was going to be my next point. Fuck.
Like, look in the United Nations charters, like the 2030 articles or the 2050 articles, like, they have certain goals that they want to meet. One of those goals happens to be a mass extinction event across this planet, which brings our population down to 500 million into something that they can sustain.
But see, it's one of those things too, though. No, I get a lot of heat for this because obviously my people are all, fuck globo homo, all that bullshit, whatever. We as a species cannot move forward the way we're going. We cannot move forward as a species into a spacefaring race and be allowed in the galaxy and allowed throughout the cosmos while being the pieces of shit that we are.
Well, we all have to be under one government.
It's going to take uniting as a fucking planet and coming and coalescing and having the equity of resources. There's so much resource on this planet. There shouldn't be any starving people at all anywhere.
Getting them,
we have an abundance of fucking
resources and the technology to prevent it all.
Period. There's no fucking. The only reason that there is because we have such closed off sects when it comes to countries and borders and stuff like that. Now, I'm not an open border fucking person as much as I talk shit on the internet, whatever. It's a lot more nuanced. My opinion is a lot more nuanced than that, but
I almost think we're being primed for them to come in with an alien threat to unite the planet under one banner.
Remember Project Bluebeam. You got to keep that in the back of your head.
Yeah, but Bluebeam wouldn't fucking work. I mean, we literally just had this deal in New Jersey with those fucking drones. The average person is so retarded that they believed everything that they were told without seeing any video evidence of these drones or any evidence of these drones doing anything that anybody claimed that they were doing.
Yes, but that's evidence to my claim. People are retarded. Project Bluebeam would work.
I disagree.
Go ahead, Mike.
Sweet. So with the shit that Stephen Greer was talking about, it directly ties into Project Bluebeam. Now, one of the things that Greer was talking about was we're going to be on the brink of World War III. Everything's kind of going kinetic. We're killing each other, and all of a sudden, out of the night sky, here comes this larger threat, and that's where Bluebeam and the false flag alien thing takes place, and that's what's going to unite humanity under one banner. We're still going to remain a warfaring species, and that's what the plan is to have us going out into the stars. And go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Keep going.
Somebody go ahead.
Statement.
It's going to have us going out into the stars in this militant fashion instead of and this like the original idea of Star Trek. Like the whole thing of humanity is to go out there and learn and explore.
Haven't they tried terraforming the moon?
Who's got the open mic going on?
This goes back to the whole 1940s, 1950s deal that Eisenhower signed. He signed with the dark side of the party. Instead of us like disarming and having the technology to launch humanity into becoming a type 2 civilization. No, they wanted to.
We got to reach type 1 first.
He started with the people or with the species that said, nah, keep blowing yourselves up and we'll continue to give you technology that will help you, evolve your weapons of war. And
so you're thinking there's more we've paid attention to more of a benevolent or a malevolent.
Yeah, your mic's still fucked.
It should be on now.
It sounds better now.
Every time you touch it, you fuck it up. Just leave it.
All right, I'm doing my best. I'll try the connection.
It's all good.
So you're thinking like there's 2 alien civilizations. I'm just going with you on this because I don't follow this much. And you're saying we chose the more malevolent of the ones that gave us the ability to kill each other better instead of the ones that would progress our species.
Well, because the ones that asked us to progress wanted us to disarm our nuclear capabilities. Right. That was what the whole point was to we can use nuclear power, but you can't use nuclear weapons. That is something that is banned throughout the galaxy.
So you don't think that there's a better, stronger weapon than nuclear bombs that we can make?
No, because the nuclear bomb works at a multicellular level. The nuclear bomb, you're not just affecting our reality, but you're affecting ripples throughout. Yeah, you're affecting ripples in all the neighboring fucking realities.
I'm saying you think that nuclear bombs are the tippy top of how we can destroy each other. That's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mars is
no way.
Mars is a prime example.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I mean, antimatter, man.
Yeah, I've looked.
You set off an antimatter.
It just sucks everything.
I mean, it creates a singularity, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The singularity event. I think that's greater than the nuclear threat.
So we're talking about priming, the human population for what's to come. TikTok, they have these videos that are like stories from aliens about humans joining the galactic civilization and being the most devastating species when it comes to war.
Those are TikTok videos, bud. Like that, you can't trust that shit.
You take that shit with
no, I'm not saying I trust it. I'm just saying it's like part of the propaganda to prime you
So,
that
yeah.
some
narrative.
I'll agree with some of
That's
that. Some of that is propaganda, but some of that's also just clickbait for idiots who believe all of that shit. Like the people that believe that interview with the one gray alien that he talks about. Oh, we're here, we're you from the future, and you guys got to stay away from those nukes.
Yeah. That's propaganda all day long.
Sorry, I'm engaging with the
I
comment
don't
section. Book.
I don't so much believe in time travel but I do believe in multiple
Oh yeah,
dimensions.
that's a given.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
mean that's a fact. There's
I
multiple
would say.
realities. Each
Yeah.
reflection
Yeah.
is its own reality. Every time you make a decision is a new reality of the decision you did or didn't make. Yeah, I absolutely believe that as a 1,000%.
Yeah, the past doesn't exist.
I do
Which is
got to
why
give a
if
shout
the
out
time
to
travel does exist, though, you can go back and fuck around and not change shit because
Yeah, but the
you
past is
were already
gone.
predetermined to go through that in the first place.
So you know how
I'll
we
grant you
talked
that for
about
now.
how movies are soft exposure?
Yes.
So there's a movie from the 80s. It's one of my fucking favorites.
Yeah,
Well,
They
two
Live.
actually.
That's just a wrestling
Yeah.
movie.
Three, but as far as like the time traveling thing is going on, it's called The Explorers. The second one would be Flight of the Navigator, where
Oh yeah.
that's a great
if
movie.
you've ever seen Flight of the Navigator, it explains the whole time gap with space travel. You can be gone for 3 days, but when you come back to Earth, it's been 8 fucking years. And
Well, I'll give you a real world attribution to that. In the Bible, there's stories of men that go to the God's realm and they come back, and it's a couple hundred years later, and
Yep.
they haven't aged a day, or they've aged
Yeah.
20 years and they've been gone several hundred.
And that's
It's
how
also
people in the Bible live to be 500 and something years old.
900.
That time
Yeah.
dilation.
Yeah, because the time
Yeah.
on Earth is not. They assume the time on Earth when they spent time outside, the solar or wherever they were. So yeah.
Now,
I mean,
going
Enoch-
back in time, I think, and this is just me.
You know what?
Dumb shit, but I think what that is tapping into alternate realities. What was it called? Where there's so many universes.
Yeah, the multiverse.
Multiverse. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. The A.B. Staderi Soup Chef says for that to work, you have to be traveling at or near the speed of light.
Yeah, and they can do that with warp bubbles. Like they obviously travel across interdimensional space. So whether it be them going faster than the speed of light or just moving space around them, they can do
kind of bending
any of
space
the which. Yeah.
I mean, if
So,
he goes by
bend
some of the stuff that's out there, like we supposedly already got bases on Jupiter's moons.
Well, I mean, again, grain of
with
salt.
with a lot of that secret space program stuff is true, but they're like Corey Good. Fuck that guy. Fuck Corey Good. He is one of the most loudmouth whistleblowers about the secret space program and the 20 years
Thank you.
back and putting you back in time, back where you were 12 when they took you in the first place, so you never knew what happened anyway. It's like you never left. Complete and utter bullshit. And then he finally came out and admitted that he was full of shit too. So with a lot of these guys that talk about the secret space program, all of it grain of salt. Now the only thing the only thing you can confirm is that Werner von Braun in the fucking 70s was approached by these groups of elite people and he agreed with them. And they did. They definitely have a secret space program using Werner von Braun's technology to get to Mars. He had a DVD or a movie that he put out with Walt Disney talking about man's trip to Mars. He even has a book about it under the same pretense. In this book, if you read it, is a story about a guy. He goes to Mars, Elon, whatever. Everybody knows the whole thing. But actual mathematics that are in this book are the exact equations you would need to get to Mars from using the moon as a slingshot and going that way. But I firmly believe that they did it because he's on record as saying in the 70s that if you take the technology that we have today and the world's power and the world's money and you put all that effort and focused it within 10 years, they would be able to have a functional way and a base on Mars. And I firmly fucking believe that they did it.
So I want to touch on that real quick. Do you think, just maybe, that's why the entire world is in debt? So
why else would it be? Where's all the money going? Who do we owe this money to?
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
We don't owe it to fucking anybody. I mean, it's a stupid goddamn concept.
Create money and then we owe it.
But for them to collect that money and that's what funds these projects that they want to take care of. way on down the fucking line.
Well, I was watching Stephen Greer's latest one, The Lost Century and How We Reclaim It, and they were talking about how at the height of some of in the 90s, at the height of some of these unacknowledged special access programs, they were spending $100 million a day.
Yeah.
$100 million a day on these fucking programs. How is that even fucking possible?
Because
where is it going?
Oh,
they weren't printing it though. These black programs, and we can do a whole other episode about it. But from going from the Stargate program, once they realized, and after Frank Lucas and all that, once they realized just how much money they can make in wholesale trafficking drugs, that's how they decided to fund the CIA's black budget programs and these unacknowledged special access programs. It's all the drug money. That's
so
what they do.
Know actually what the money got spent on, but you're never going to find that out because they can't release their sources on where they get all their parts.
Well, they outsourced it to private companies like Lockheed, Skunk Works, and these companies don't have to. They don't have to reveal shit. They're private companies. They're there. They don't have to go with FOIA requests. They can say "fuck you."
That's fair. So yeah, I think that is a good one actually because I mean, if you're talking about all the government programs that we got, we used to say that the government has technology 20 years before we even see it. I said on another show before, like the bombers in World War II had color TVs on them.
Well, the former head of Lockheed Skunk Works had said, he's like, yeah, we've got the technology to take ET home and then some. And then the other stuff that you've seen on Star Trek and stuff like that, either we've already done it or decided that it wouldn't be worth the effort to try to do. And again, I firmly believe all of that because why else would we, from the 50s onward, you know what I mean? We've already proven that we've cracked the anti-gravity. We've proven that we've had these crafts. We know that half of them are ours. We know that a lot of them we found. You know.
Yeah. I mean, we can go to that. Dr. Stephen Greer as well. He's a big proponent of this whole thing. He worked at Area 51.
He did not work at Area 51. You're thinking of
Bob Lazar.
Bob
Lazar.
Yeah, Lazar.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's actually been making a comeback here lately.
Bob?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy that's with him. That guy definitely works for the government, and he's trying to see if Bob actually took Element 113.
Do you guys
talking about George Knapp or
No, not George Knapp, the other one.
Jeremy.
The hipster-looking one. Looks like a bartender.
Jeremy. I forgot his last
Jeremy
name.
Corbell, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck that guy. He's a Fed. Fuck that guy.
What do you guys think about Avi Loeb?
About
50-50. All his predictions with 3i Atlas, it didn't come true.
I mean,
it's not that it didn't come true. He was right. It was too dense. It was denser than anything we've ever fucking seen, and metallurgically, it didn't match anything we've seen.
No, he called it an alien spaceship out the gate.
Anything could be a spaceship.
I think
even as a Fed, though, he's still giving us information we can use.
Dude, do you want to have this argument? Jeremy Corbell isn't giving us shit. He is a misinformation and disinformation agent, period.
Like
anybody that maintains a security clearance
what I mean.
is a fucking scumbag, bro. He ain't giving you a fucking thing.
He's like
fuck that
Carlson.
shit. And that fucking guy that
what I'm saying
Academy.
is by what he's denying is giving me confirmation.
He's not denying shit though, and everything he says, he's like, "Oh well, I know because I talked to somebody that's super higher up, and they were told that they saw this by this and that." No, you're not telling me shit unless you can show me these videos. Nothing. I can't show anything because it's national security. Fuck yourself and your national security. If you're a real journalist, fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Fuck that guy.
Well, I mean, at this point, you can't even trust the videos that they would put out.
Say what, Mike?
You can't even trust the videos that anybody would put out.
Oh no, that's my biggest point nowadays is with the deep fakes. I have to look at every single video I watch that I know is not from a creator that I know about, that I watch constantly, so I know what to look for. I mean, I'm even like, I was watching TV with my mom the other day and we were watching commercials, and there's a new lawyer commercial. They use completely AI generated models and everything like that. She had no clue. I'm like, no, Mom, you got to look for this stuff. Like, this is because they can fool you on the commercials, they can fool you on the press conferences.
Yeah.
Like, I actually do that with mine all the time. Mine sends me videos, the things like, check this out. That's AI.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm having
how do you know that?
Remember, this is people from like 50
to my parents what scams and AI are on the
internet.
It's
bad.
It's fucking embarrassing because I give these people credit for having brains, and I'm like, nah.
No. Well, they just don't know. They don't know the markers. They don't understand because you got these
Right,
people from
and
let's say age 55 on up. I'm not saying all 55 and 60-year-olds can't tell what AI is, but these are a voting base, and if you can
Yeah.
fool an entire voting base with AI, we're fucked.
Yeah.
We've been fucked. They've been fooling them without AI. They've literally been fooling them for the last 50 years without AI. They're falling for the dichotomy of left versus right. They're already fucking gone, bro.
that.
Fuck them.
Well,
So
they're asking.
I will circle right back to the topic at hand. Physical fucking tools. Physical ways to measure shit. Physical ways to observe shit. If you don't get to see it with your own fucking eye, then I don't trust it. That's just me. Now, the sextant, right? That's how we used to navigate the fucking seas.
Yep.
Right? Using the night sky and the stars and all that. That's trusting.
I mean, that's one way.
Eye. Yeah,
the Vikings use the sunstone.
Well, okay, so that's before the sextant, and you were using a stick floating on a piece of wood, and you had to rely on the way. I mean, that's like old compass.
The Vikings would look for a stone. It's literally called a sunstone. It's a type of quartz that they would hold up to the sky, and even in a cloudy day, it'll still show the area that's the brightest.
That's a polished disc of sugar quartz. So before then, when you go to civilizations that didn't have to deal with constant cloudy fucking skies that you would in the northern hemisphere, they still navigated the sea using the fucking stars and using what would be like a dot compass. It almost looks like, I don't know if y'all guys remember the old school scales where you would hang a nickel on the thing.
Hang scales.
Right. Yeah. So it looks like that. And you just measure the distance between the fucking stars.
Yep.
These were the greatest inventions, guys. Stuff that you hold in your fucking hand. What we have right here is foreign.
Right.
This isn't natural to human beings.
And this is what makes it scary as well, because kids these days don't even know how to operate a can opener, a physical can opener. They don't know how to operate a compass. They don't know how to operate anything manual.
Yeah, how much of that is on the parents? A lot of that's on the parents. Like 99% of that's on the parents.
But a lot of it's digital too. We're feeding our babies iPads from the year 2 on up. So
yeah, that parents. My son didn't get a tablet or an iPhone until he was fucking like 13. Like literally until he was like 13.
But I mean, if the power goes out,
but here's the thing: is if nowadays, if you deprive your child of that, they're going to be behind in most workplace environments.
They're not though. They're not though, because they get it at school. They get enough of that at school. These kids in what they're doing nowadays and earlier and earlier
we
is far more advanced than what we were doing. Well, yeah, if you homeschool, it's different.
Like my kid uses a phone and a tablet for school because unfortunately the state won't allow me to actually educate my own child.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to go through like K-12 and.
So you can't choose your curriculum. You can't they can't send you a test and you can pass that test and that's good enough. You have to actually use a tablet and use their protocols and their topics to teach.
Oh,
there's classes dedicated to using these tablets.
They have teachers, brother.
Back in the day, from when we were learning our shapes and colors.
I mean, to be honest, I enjoy it a bit more because I can actually see what the curriculum is without having to go to a parent-teacher conference or something like that. Like I can actually check out the lessons and everything is being taught beforehand because I'm not about that critical race theory and all that.
That's exactly what I meant. The socialism, the communistic aspect of schools nowadays, that flows into the curriculum.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. Like, I mean,
it's broken knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not just broken knowledge. Like, they're destroying these kids. Like, they're putting way too much power in their hands. They absolutely have zero fucking discipline. There's no way for you to really.
Yeah, all of that's by design. The public school system isn't to make smart kids and make intelligent kids and successful kids. It's literally just to break them as soon as you can And then now
Yeah.
you have the workforce of drones. That's all
And
it's for.
Yeah.
that's why the
It's
state
worker
makes
bee.
it so hard to get funds for private schooling as well.
And the ones that fucking don't excel well sitting still and learning from a goddamn worksheet, they put on medication, typically amphetamine. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Ritalin.
like, I was one of those fucking kids, and I'm a goddamn retard now because of it. Like, I'm just like squirrel
Well, I
syndrome
think we all are to a certain
all the
extent,
time.
because they pulled me out of school when in our second grade because they thought I was learning disabled. So they gave me an IQ test over at St. Vincent Hospital. The IQ test came back when I was 7 years old as 128 IQ. And they decided at that point, he's just bored in class. We need to calm him down. There it goes. And then they started infecting me with a slew of different ADHD medications.
Yeah.
So I calmed my ass right down.
One of
It
the
took
first
me-
ones they put me on was lithium. And yeah, like right out the gate, they're like, boom. And then I was a zombie.
From the late 90s into the early 2000s and 2010s is when they realized that they have an entire different client base that is untapped, the children of these parents. And a lot of it too, if you look at, like, I mean, I don't know, I'm 33, so like a lot of the people that I grew up with, almost every single one of them was on some kind of antidepressant, ADD medication. They all had some kind of issue, and everything they could think of, they had a pill for.
Yeah.
But you never really needed it, though. You didn't need any of it. But these doctors were getting kickbacks, and for the more patients that they signed on to these prescriptions, the more money they were making, and they just kept fucking doing it, and it became the norm.
Yeah. So outside of the money aspect, wouldn't you tie that into a guided trip?
I would tie that in with mass hypnosis. I would tie that in with a mass MK Ultra. I would tie that in with, if you have these school records and these people with these specific things, by now you've got the public record and their health records of these medications being mixed, and then with this kind of background and this kind of personal trauma, you've got the kind of people that you can mind bend and put to whatever you want them to do.
And not only
Areas in the coal mine, man.
Yeah, the parents are traumatizing their kids nowadays anyway with this transsexual bullshit. I mean, when you're
Stop touching your mic.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding it. When you go to a doctor and tell the doctor that my 5-year-old son thinks he's a girl, so cut off his dick. I mean, where do we go from that? I mean, if parents are that far gone, in general, the parents have been indoctrinated.
Taken from them if they're trying to do that. Like,
okay, but you also have to keep that in mind, is that California is an entirely different country.
I know I'm talking about
California, but California needs to be out of the conversation.
Gavin Newsom is running for president, and he's the top Democratic candidate by polls.
I think AOC and JB Pritzker are going to take it over him.
Yeah, but those people are no better.
Exactly. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying I think that he's too dumb, man. He's not going to get it.
No, but if they win, the Democrats win, California is now the United States. They're going to implement that shit.
I disagree. I disagree completely.
I think they might be dumb enough to trot Hillary out.
I also disagree with that. They had their luck with her. I mean, look at all this Epstein shit with Bill Clinton. There's no fucking way that she's done. The only reason she would have won.
The exact reason why get in there.
She would have won in 2016. But the only reason that she fucking didn't, was because they knew that coming out in a little bit of time that her husband would be on those fight logs 26 times. And how can you ask the sitting president, the first woman president, why her husband was going to Pedophile Island 26 fucking times?
This is part of what
the optics alone. The optics alone would have killed her.
Yeah, Bill being her husband is what also slowly killed her first campaign into Donald Trump. So you can't separate from that.
Yeah.
Hillary's done.
I'm just saying, I would not be surprised.
No, when we get to 2028, this is an entirely unprecedented, uncharted, off the map, off the reservation election. Yeah. This next election is going to be the downfall of this country, specifically from the framework that the Trump administration is laying with all this fucking government tyranny and all this police state bullshit, and the people are fucking begging for it. Yeah, the next president is going to be a fucking tyrant, and we're all going to have to shoot our way out of it.
So big boy.
I mentioned this before. What's the only way that we're not going to have another election?
The only way? Well, the laws would have to be changed to allow a
Laws already
president.
exist.
No, the laws have to be changed to allow a president more than 2 terms.
Yep.
And what's the only way to
You have to make a
delay
constitutional
an election?
amendment. Delay an
It
election.
already exists. Martial law. And
Martial
wartime.
law stalls, but you can't have well, that's the thing that Sly was talking about. If you put the country under martial law long enough, it's going to come back at you.
Yeah.
Well, not even martial. I know what you're getting at, Uncle Mike, and I don't think that they would suspend elections. I don't think that we would get to that point because of the fact of just how many people would see through that pretty fucking blatantly. But at the same time, as I say that, look at how many bootlicking ass people are just falling for this shit. The Venezuela shit, this ICE shit, all the extra shit that's going on, all the tyranny that's coming on here. Like you're asking for more police on the streets. You're asking for the National Guard on American streets. For what? That's bullshit.
Well, it's the same thing as when the left was calling the cops on people for not wearing a mask in public.
Yeah, it's totalitarian bullshit.
It's the same shape, different colors, man.
Yeah, it's completely totalitarian. People are enjoying the fact that the boot is on their neck.
And they're asking for more. They're asking for seconds.
Yeah, I agree.
It's wild. We live in some unprecedented times, and this being just the first year of this presidency, we've got 3 more years until I mean, I shouldn't say we have 3 more years until we really have to worry. I mean, we should probably start paying attention now to the players that are bidding for their 2028 bids.
Well,
and yeah, Gavin Newsom is going to go for it anyway, but I don't think he's going to get far. I think the Dems have something else up their sleeve.
Okay. Let's talk about that next week. Let's talk about the lead up to the 2028, what we can start seeing in public and society and things like that, things to watch out for, and et cetera, kind of things like that.
I had a different subject for next week planned, but yeah, we'll talk about it.
What is your subject for next week?
Well, I think my subject for next week is just all the general chaos and just how much of this discontent being sown is manufactured and how much of it is organic. Well, I think so much of what we see right now is not organic. No, a lot of these things that are happening are definitely meant to be fucking happening.
But that goes hand in hand with what I want to talk about, so we can talk about the same thing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we sure fucking can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're going to leave it this week, gentlemen. Unless you guys got anything else you want to say tonight.
There's one invention that I would love to bring up.
Sure. Go ahead, Mike.
Pat, you're going to love this shit.
Oh. Sun fucking glasses, bro. You got to have them. Kyle, I don't know why your sunglasses aren't on right now. It's kind of weird seeing you without sunglasses. But I didn't know you really had eyeballs.
I mean, I'm inside, man.
That doesn't stop me.
Yeah, but I'm watching.
You're not an aviator.
I've been watching.
Yeah,
I've been watching the football game at the same time. So
I know.
Oh fuck.
Sly, you got anything you want to discuss further on the show tonight?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. That yo, I don't know if Anti-Federalist Beaver is watching. He should fucking be since he talks so much shit.
He does.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny to me that I'm getting so much heat right now for my stance on fuck the feds. All of them. Don't care who they are. Don't care if they're ICE, ATF, FBI.
Yeah.
Fuck them, regardless.
Yeah, I'm with Sly on this one. Like, stop bootlegging.
Stop bootlicking, bro. The last time I checked, we were anti-government. Not pick and choosy. Oh, these guys are brown, so fuck them. No. If you're anti-government, you're anti-government, period. Because there's no stipulations with that.
Yeah.
No, we get a lot of shit for the whole boogaloo thing because, we're all, so many of us have different opinions and so many of us have different, and on major things, we've got different opinions, but that's the beauty of it. We're in a movement about liberty and freedom.
And it's also the curse, though. So if you have a white supremacist that does a hate crime on somebody and he has a boog flag on, you got to own that.
I mean,
and that's the thing.
I still kind of stand with our soldiers that are actually out there fighting the battles. Like I can
vibe with that. Yes,
with them.
But I do want to see what the soldiers are going to do when it's time to make a decision here in the U.S.
Are you going to fire on your own people?
Yeah.
Are you going to side with a tyrannical government?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I mean, with the way we're seeing things right now, these Trump supporters, man, it's a cult-like experience.
I mean, yeah.
So there's a reason when you go into rural America, you see a lot of fucking Trump country, and the reason for that I suspect is because the majority of the people that enlist in the military are poor rural people,
Yep.
or they're poor city people,
or they're low IQ.
or they're low IQ. They're too stupid to even be a fucking cop to become a runner. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
No, the smart ones are called officers.
That's the reason why the whole Trump fervor is really thick out in, say, my neck of the fucking woods. Is he said all the right things to rally all the fucking poor people, specifically poor white people, to have his fucking
and now look at us. We're still living paycheck to paycheck with 120% fucking inflation.
That's what I tell people all the time. The president's he's just there as a mouthpiece of someone to hate, so you don't fucking pay attention.
Now I'll give you one last thing, and then we can let everybody go. My food for thought is how much of this that was during the Biden administration, that open border policy, all of that could have been stopped. These border states, these states that these people come in from, they could have done something.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. And that tells you something. You know why they didn't? Because they knew that as soon as Biden was done, they would get a Trump second term. And when Trump comes in, what is he going to do? He's going to bring in the army and bring in the National Guard, whoever, and get these illegals out. And what's that going to do? That's going to make his supporters happy. This is all a false victory. They knew this was going to happen from the get-go. This is manufactured obsolescence. This is all of it. This is literally just a fucking show. And people are falling for it.
Which is why I want to cover this. Which is why I want to cover this next week with our lead up. So this is going to be a good show next week, I believe.
Yes, sir. Take us out, Pat.
We had a great talk here tonight. We had some good comments, a lot of viewers going on, so it was a really good show tonight.
There was a request for a T-shirt in there.
That was Evan.
Yeah,
that was Evan. So I will see you guys next week, as always, 10 p.m. on Friday nights. This is live from the Foxxhole, and we will see you on the flip side. Good night, fellas.
Peace. Go IU.
Go IU Hoosiers.